What's happening, people? Thanks as always for passing by the channel, much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the videos. Big shout out and thank you to everyone who's been doing that again. Wow, last night, man, heavyweight boxing, people, heavyweight boxing, nothing like it. That was honestly an unbelievable performance from Usyk. Absolute masterclass, incredible. That was one of the best heavyweight performances I have ever seen. I scored the fight in the end 9-3 to Usyk. In the end, honestly, I gave AJ rounds 5, 6 and 8. Other than that, it was just all Usyk. You could have maybe scored it round 4. I think some people gave AJ round 1 or round 10 or something like that. But no more than that. From the beginning, Usyk dictated the pace of the fight, which is what I said would be a problem for AJ, because AJ didn't really use his own assets, such as his size and his strength, to tire Usyk out. Usyk made the fight his own and controlled it from minute 1 until the end. You know, AJ is the bigger man. He really should have been using his, size to lean on Usyk, tire the man out, use his strength, and turn it into a fumble fight. But he didn't throw the right hand enough. He kept trying to stand behind the jab and box. But it's that, as the saying goes, you fight a boxer, you box a fighter. And Usyk is one of the best technical boxers in the world today. And AJ was trying to outbox him, which he was never going to do. And the only potential, kind of knockdown we saw was actually coming from Usyk when he wobbled AJ in the 7th round. Because Usyk really has some power in them punches. He was just on another level last night. His speed, his ferocity, it was just uncanny. And AJ just struggled from the get-go. He looked a bit out of his depth, really, to me, as if he just didn't know what to do. He was trying to pop up, he was popping jabs off, and Usyk was able to land those left hands clean through down AJ's, through his guard. Some people have put the blame on Rob McCracken for AJ's performance. I don't think so. I think coaches only add about 10% to a fighter's performance on the night. Other than that, 90% is on the boxer and the boxer's performance and their attitude. So no, I just think AJ just had a bad night and didn't perform. AJ said he couldn't actually see out of his left eye after the 10th round. That was the time when I expected AJ to really pull the trigger and put it on Usyk like he did against Vlad. But he just didn't have any idea of how to engage with this guy. And I can, he didn't have any idea what he was doing, because Usyk just did not stop moving. That guy was like N'Golo Kante. He was just everywhere. He was moving left, right, forwards, on the back foot, using feints. His head movement was sharp. His foot movement was incredible. And AJ was unprepared to deal with something like that. He was just so quick and fast and nimble. And I was just so impressed with it, so impressed. There were all these questions surrounding Usyk and what he can do at heavyweight. Well, he's more than answered them with that performance. That, for me, catapults him into the top 3 heavyweights in the world for me. Fury, Wilder, and I would have had AJ, but now Usyk has to be there above AJ. Top 3, easy. And for me, it puts him at least top 2 pound for pound. I'd say only Canelo really stands above him, because Canelo's done more weight divisions, but easily. I mean, some people, if you would have Usyk as top pound for pound, I could see why, absolutely. But, that just shows what this guy is. Just that guy is a boogeyman. That is the only way to describe him. He is a boogeyman. Another reason why he needs to be praised more is that, he was the away fighter last night. He's sitting in a 70,000 people around him in a stadium, and he silenced all of them. There was probably maybe 3,000 to 5,000 Usyk fans in there, but the majority are there for AJ. AJ's performance when he came out, his entrance was, incredible. It was like all the music, the flames, the fireworks and stuff. But after the fight, silence. People just completely shocked and in awe of what they'd seen. And another reason, actually, I think I've got it up here, what Usyk needs to be. Usyk has now defeated, you look at it, Glowacki in Poland, Michael Hunter in America, Briedis in Latvia, Gassiev in Russia, and Bellew, Chisora and AJ, all of them in the UK. This guy is fighting away from home, and we all know what the home advantage brings and the bias towards British fighters by the judges and by the media and the press, and he's beaten them all. That alone shows what incredible talent this guy is. That really, to be the away fighter and get that kind of result. The judges' scorecards were a joke as well, by the way. They, the 115, 113. Really? Nah, that's shocking for me. You know, there will now, for me, there now needs to be a conversation about Usyk as a potential all-time great cruiserweight. You know, only Holyfield and David Haye have managed to do what he's done, and he's still undefeated and not even had 20 fights yet. I mean, that is just unbelievable. So yeah, what an incredible performance from him. Questions surrounding AJ, you know, was he too relaxed? He was very calm. Was Rob McCracken giving them right advice? There's so many things going on after that, but there is a rematch clause in there which AJ has said he's going to take. Risky, but he will want to get them belts back, and you know that's what any kind of high quality, high level competitive boxer is going to do. But this isn't like last time, and Usyk definitely is not Andy Ruiz. You know, Ruiz let success get to his head. He was going out partying and eating cheeseburgers and Mars bars, and whereas AJ kind of got his head down. I don't think Usyk will. I personally think going into the rematch, you have to favour Usyk a little bit more because his confidence will be super high now than before, but even more because he even said afterwards it wasn't his best performance. He had the chance to knock out AJ, but he chose not to. Makes you think, doesn't it? You know, and they did stop the bell a bit early. I think they did. You know, if you look on the clock, it's got 5 seconds left, and then it just goes away and it rings. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. As for AJ versus Fury, that fight's a long way away again. We'll have to see what happens with Fury versus Wilder 3 in a few weeks. That's going to be a great fight. And then the rematch between this. Fury versus Usyk, that would be something incredibly special. But all in all, congratulations to Usyk. Absolutely incredible performance. You know, unbelievable. Commiserations to AJ. You know, he will come back. He'll get fights. He'll always be a big star. Can he defeat Usyk? Only time will tell. But what a fight though. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And as always, thanks again for watching, guys, and peace.